Alright, yo, what's going on, gamers? So, I have not really been talking about AC Shadows because, I've just started up this channel again because, I really like having variety stuff to talk about. Plus, a lot of these, I love all kinds of video games, not just gacha games, but AC Shadows has not been something I've talked about, and I know a lot of it that has been going on, right? I keep up with pretty much, even though I don't talk about it, I haven't uploaded on this account, I do keep up with pretty much everything. I watched a playthrough of Assassin's Creed Shadow, because if you think I'm going to buy that, hell no. Absolutely not. That game is insanely mid. And, it doesn't even matter for what you might want to say, this about Yasuke, that about Yasuke. Their marketing being really bad. At the end of the day, the game is just not good. It's not great. It's okay. It's a solid okay. It's a certified all right. It's a how do I say it? It's a generational meh. So, new FLEEKAZOID video on AC Shadows. I love his AC Shadows. I love all his Dude, FLEEKAZOID is the GOAT content creator. He makes the greatest videos I've ever seen, so let's watch this video.
Yo, what's up, player? Sorry, I was just practicing my Japanese. Pimps, we did it. Assassin's Creed Shadows is a hit. Our stock is zooming.
Let's go.
It's actually in the flea fall. Tell them we got another 1 million players.
Woo.
Hell, make it 2 million more players. Fuck them, they can't prove anything. It works. The stock is skyrocketing because that's what I do. Go get yourself
this game. It bombed, and now AC Shadows. Or not AC Shadows, but now Ubisoft belongs to China. I can't wait, chat, because as someone who enjoys, I'm a Chinese game enjoyer. Because I love Marvel Rivals and I love all the MiHoYo games and Wuthering Waves, and those are all made by Chinese companies. And man, China, best company, better games. Why would you go to Western game companies? Sorry, go ahead.
Pierre, you could also have a negative $2,000 raise. Eat shit and die. Hi, we're fleeking over the little guy, and our consultant division was hired a few years ago to help Ubisoft make Assassin's Creed Shadows the smash hit it is today. In fact, you're fired. The game was too successful. We can't afford you anymore. Which actually leads me to my next point. A disturbing amount of you seem to think that this major success will allow the 19,000 people working here to keep their jobs, and unfortunately, that's just not true. Notice how that number doesn't say number 1 in day one?
Second highest day one sales revenue in Assassin's Creed franchise history. Wait, which one was number 1? Biggest Ubisoft day one ever on PlayStation Digital Store. Best community ever with over 40 million hours already played. I don't buy that.
Earnings? Well, that means we'll be laying off at least a couple thousand Frenchmen, and we'll be replacing them with several more sweatshops. So just as a little side note on all that sweatshop business, we are deeply disturbed that word got out about that. Why the hell do you think we hired them? Because they tuck them in at 5 o'clock and have an office wine cooler? We already tried that, and look at how that worked out for us. We got Frenchies starting a revolution every other goddamn day. You know what the nice thing is about sweatshops? They don't pay them enough to buy picket signs. Allegedly, from what I hear, people say this, I don't know. Listen, I'm gonna middle with you. Thanks to the success of the game, Piendang is gonna get a 2-cent raise on the next one. Of course.
Wait, did that just miss?
I'm gonna middle with you. Thanks to the success of the game, Piendang is gonna get a 2-cent raise on the next
that missed.
one. Of course, that's gonna be monthly, though, not daily. The rest of that profit goes to me. I have 3 ex-wives to feed. Speaking of which, you're also fired. My marriage was too successful. I'm getting a divorce. Your salary is gonna help me recoup my losses. Now, flashing back to my years when I was working on the game, my role as chief consultant of dumb fuckery was problem solving. The first problem I noticed, too many French people, so I said, hit the snail trail.
Ubisoft lays off 124 employees to enhance collective efficiency. 98 of those employees were based in Canada. Good. Chat, I don't know what is it about Canadian game developers. What the hell went wrong? Especially, I think they're mostly the French Canadian developers. What the hell happened? Like, genuinely, what happened, bro?
Next order of business, we're making this one another RPG. Nothing says Assassin's Creed like walking into a base, everyone's within level range, but then you get to the target and he can one-shot you with a rock. This is fun, as long as you don't know what that word means or what it feels like. Now, on the point of hating our customers, in the Steam review of every Ubisoft game, people are always...
I will say, this game looks nice. Like, visually. As long as you don't do anything in this game looks nice. Like this knife looks really sick. I doubt it. I don't, that's it. It just looks sick.
Complaining about how we're forcing a second launcher on them, which is why we're gonna force a third launcher on them. Fuck them. But it's only gonna be a launcher for all the shitty Assassin's Creed games. I want to make a clear line in the sand so that new players don't wander off to a better game that we haven't monetized out the ass. Did the Black Flag have sold the box?
I still don't understand how in the hell they thought microtransactions in a single player game was gonna work. And not just regular microtransactions, right? Like if they just sold skins and stuff like that, I think that would have been totally fine. Because who's really going to complain about a cosmetic drop? Like if they did nothing but drop like a skin a week worth like $100, no one would really care because it's just cosmetic stuff. But what was it? I think you can buy supplies and buy a map of the, like buy an in-game map, something like that. It was something wild that was in the microtransactions. Bro, how the hell does that happen? Like, this is not a live service game or even a live service, like, RPG game, you know, like Genshin or something. This isn't Wuthering Waves. It's just a single-player game where you're by yourself. Why the hell is there so many microtransactions like that?
That's a great question, Pierre. I hope asking it was worth your life. Note to self, make the guy's ass bigger than Nawe.
Why is...
Pierre, I hope asking it was worth your life. Note to
I didn't know you can make the characters naked. That's really funny. What the hell?
Ass bigger than Nawe's.
I still like Nawe, though. I'll be honest. I kind of like Nawe as a character. I liked Nawe as a character. The only problem is, like, man, if you guys didn't know... So what I like to do with my community and my main channel is we like to look up voice actors because, you know, they across like all the MiHoYo games, they'll sometimes share voice actors now with Wuthering Waves. That's her first credit. Bro, you're betting the house on someone on their first voice acting credit? She was all right, though.
Reminder, we are a forward-thinking company. Second reminder, settle that lawsuit for that time
former
when
Ubisoft.
we were a little too forward in our thinking. Hang on, I'm getting cold. Why would you make the dude protagonist also Japanese? We already have a Japanese. Listen, I'll tell you what you're gonna do. Everyone's talking about how they love brotherhood, right? Well, why don't you put a brother in the hood? It'll be like twins with Danny D. The fans are gonna love it. They did not. And whenever he fights, I want you to blast the loudest rap music you got. But not in a racist way. We here at Ubisoft are not racist. So in the least racist way you can.
Of course,
whenever
dude.
Yasuke shows up on screen, I want you to be blasting that trap music as loud as you can. And I'm not talking gay. I'm talking straight up sound.
Oh god, that execution's kind of nice. Oh, it didn't even kill him.
Sound like Lil Ricefield is just off camera with an Ensoniq ASR. And in the cutscenes, when everything should be all quiet and dramatic, I want you to play the weirdest shit you got.
They did that, and I think it was a different song sung. I don't know who it was sung by. But this similar kind of song was made during Nawe's first assassination when you have that one-on-one fight with that guy. Why the hell did they think that was good? It took me out of the moment. I was like, what the hell is happening? What is this?
That doesn't fit the
It does
setting,
feel like
the
a
scene,
Quentin
or
Tarantino music.
It's perfect. God, these juices are just flowing today. You go fire somebody. You go make something shinier. You go add a million players. God, I'm a genius. Now let's talk about the gameplay. We're gonna do a brand new take on the new system where we return to form by changing nothing. Can we all agree on this? All right, nice. But we need to make these two characters feel distinct but equal, not in a racist way. Which is why no-ass Nawe will be great at everything except combat, and Yasuke will be a little bitch that can't even climb a rock. Unless you don't want him to climb a rock, then he'll be able to climb a fucking rock. I want this man to be like our Expert Plus difficulty, kind of like that Fractured But Whole difficulty system.
Very
difficult. Around that 15-hour mark where you're getting bored of the repetitive gameplay loop, I want to cure that boredom by giving you even less gameplay options. You want a new mechanic? Pull out your credit card. Don't have the money? Find a country with flexible labor laws, start a sweatshop, and I'll give you some money. Also, that Spartan kick's been our crutch for the last 3 games, and it's getting old.
That Spartan kick is really funny.
We haven't had a new idea come out of this company in 10 years, and I wouldn't want to break the streak. So just make the kick send these rice farmers into the stars! Listen, I got a tea time at 6. We really gotta, let's just stop developing the combat halfway, alright? But Saul, this is a return to form. Shouldn't we have all these mechanics? You're not even speaking American anymore. Listen, we don't have to worry about putting in the other half of the gameplay because it rains. Besides,
oh, thank God it rains.
Flow. They don't want a unique identity. They want something that feels like nothing. And I don't mean unique. I want to remind
that. I will say that RPG mechanic is pretty ass. Because if you could just out-level everything and then just run into everybody, that feels like... I feel like that's not what you should do. Be able to do an Assassin's Creed, but who do I know? What do I know? I don't play these games.
Them of that empty void where their soul used to be, so they fill that void with cash shop
Boom.
items instead of combat. The old power fantasy combat made them feel big and strong. Sarah, look at me. I want them to feel small. And forget flow. Make it all stuttery. I want it stuttery as hell. I've got a nephew with a stutter. He can't say yes without making it a 10-syllable word. Use that as your inspiration. I'll send you a tape later. Speaking of no flow, let's talk about that stealth right now. I want that assassination.
What the hell? They didn't see her?
Half the time. Half the time, I want the prompt to assassinate in Assassin's Creed to either not assassinate or not show up at all. I want half the encounters to play out like this. Did I just catch you trying to assassinate?
What the hell?
Did I just catch you trying to assassinate?
Can I see her? Do they have her eyes all red? That's kind of sick.
I want them to stand around with their dicks in their hands, waiting to assassinate in Assassin's Creed. You can assassinate
when Daddy Ubisoft says you can.
Well,
God
so
is
at least add all these mechanics back from the...
Berserk darts, poison dark, smoke grenade works, dual assassin, 10 to pay the social strength, hire prostitutes. Wait a minute, hire what? Hiring prostitutes to provide stealth cover. That sounds kind of cool. Enemies can combine business functional assassination button, look down to variety, call it down, poison, function for combat, and multi-prison takedown.
Original game.
Damn.
No, you don't understand. We let them lay down. They don't get anything else. Don't overthink this, guys. These people will buy anything. In 15 years, we'll be selling a JPEG called Assassin's Creed. Fuck you, give me your money. And these people would still pay us $90 for it. Reminder, the poor core is feeling stiffer than our executives when they get near the secretaries. Add more
oh my
flips to
God,
distract.
okay.
Next thing, some guy came up to me the other day and told me we should make a great 12-hour game instead of 80 hours of pondering the...
I see just walk around in circles. What kind of game is this, bro?
I shot him. But don't worry, I shot him in the game, so it only did 10% of his health.
AAA gaming, baby. Let's go.
They're meant to be endured. What are we gonna do? Make a memorable short campaign, sell 5 million copies in the first month, and immediately get a sequel like some fucking show?
There's another Space Marines 3 coming out? That's kind of
sick. All your abilities behind 50 fetch quests, and when you go to do that meditation quest...
I hated watching this because I watched Asmon's playthrough, and it took him like 15 years to get through this. I don't even know if half those years were his fault. I feel like if they cut it down by half, it would still take at least 5. But still, why is that so long? I don't understand it. I feel like this would be like this is almost like trying to play through the Fire and the Flames and Guitar Hero. What the hell?
Quest as a break from all the fetch quests. I want it to trigger a flashback to that one time where you did a fetch quest.
Nice.
Eat a dick. No, not literally, Yasuke. Don't look at me like that. Stop that. I want to beat the fans down with monotony until they buy the Yasuke farting
cosmetics look
kind of
cool.
Out of some confused idea that'll bring them joy. Think about it like this. For just $20, you could help me furnish my yacht with high-end Dutch prostitutes.
Ooh.
Every day that no one buys a microtransaction, one of our executive goes without a line of coke up his nose. Will you be our snow angel? Then just punch in your credit card and buy any one of these bundles. Speaking of people that need help, the enemy AI programming has been slowly degrading for the last 10 years, and the dev team was asking earlier if they should spend any time
so funny. You
fixing
could just
it. So here's what I'm thinking.
scroll
Fuck
around.
Fuck them. All right, I'll lay them all off. That's what I thought.
Amazing.
Sorry, those are just some associates of mine. I thought I'd put that on vibrate. All right, I had some ideas for the story. First off, my wife's had 100 rounds of Botox in our last 2 years of marriage. I haven't seen her emote in years. Use that as the inspiration for the facial animations. I'll send you a tape later.
But I can fight.
My pain is constant and sharp.
Remember I said that the game looks good? I didn't mean the characters. At least not their faces. Like the cosmetics that he was showing on screen, they look kind of cool. Not their faces. And why is this kid? I don't know about this. This kid's annoying.
Actually, I'm already looking at a cutscene right now. I
Chinchiro.
can't tell whether she's happy, sad, or needs to take a shit. You guys nailed it. Forget what I said. Second, with the GDP of Bosnia invested into this game already, I think the voice acting is where we need to start pinching.
The voice acting? As someone who listens to voice acting all day long in these gacha games, what the hell happened? Don't tell me my big titty waifu game has better voice acting when the game is telling me good morning when I open up PGR. And better than this like 300 mil, my voice cracked. Better than this 300, $400 million game. I'm just pulling that number out of my ass. I don't know how much it actually costs. Why was voice acting not one of the things you spend all your money, a lot of money on? You know when you have an English dub of an anime or something, they speak English? English dub in this game is like halfway English. I don't know. Like, what's her name? Nawe's voice actor. She doesn't have another credit. This is her first voice acting gig, and it kind of shows. It kind of got a little better somewhere down the road. Not really. She was. I still think Nawe was probably the best part of the game, just because she was an assassin. It wasn't that great, but it was probably the best part. I guess.
Pinching our pennies in our story-focused game. Have any of you ever heard of AI? It's like a digital robot sweatshop. It's brilliant. Future Fleek here.
Amazing.
Now, I can't say whether or not we used the AI, but I will say the end result was indistinguishable from a high-end actor such as Daniel Day-Lewis in Lincoln. Check this out.
Karate, judo, sumo, samurai.
Nissan, Honda, Mitsubishi, Subaru.
Sorry, my bad. I had immersive mode on. I turned it off. Here you go.
Resentment can grow quietly without much warning after a storm.
Now on a
Shiitake.
real note, I want you guys to get your lawyers ready to sue anyone that harasses Ubisoft employees. I want the whole world to know that the only people who can harass Ubisoft employees is Ubisoft. Please, everyone, the applause is really unnecessary. I'm but a humble man to the people, the higher tax bracket people. I put on
The
my
higher
Prada
tax
slippers,
bracket.
one Sudanese leather monk strap at a time.
The-
all right?
the
Tax
what?
bracket people. I put on my
Shuffle fringe monk strap leather. They're $1,200 by Prada. All designer everything, chat.
Prada slippers, one Sudanese leather monk strap at a time, alright? And that's how I made this game the success that it is today. AC Shadows
What
is
the
such
hell
a
was
success
that?
our 18,000 employee company just got cucked by a game developed by one man named Tyler. It's such a success.
Oh, is Schedule 1 made by one person? That's kind of sick. I was wondering, like, how many people? Because if you look at the amount of money that game made, if it had, I don't know, if it even had a team of 10 people, just imagine how much they just made. Because that game constantly has like 100,000 people playing it on a $15, $20 game. Dude, that guy made bank, and all he had to do was make a fun game. It's crazy, right? Who knew?
That people can't even run Monster Hunter Wilds,
My
and they're
goodness.
still buying it more than Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's such a success,
Must be.
we just shuttered another studio. It's such a success, and we just became 10 cents bitch. It's such a success that
Hey, Ubisoft. Welcome to China. Welcome to Chinese gaming, brother. I can't wait for Naue to be in her own Ubisoft gacha game run in China with big tits and no shirt on. Let's go.
stock's hitting 5-year lows, so eat a dick, chuds. Wait until you see how successful we are after Assassin's Creed Crazy Cat Lady drops.
Oh, no.
Maybe strong feminine energy can take us to new heights. Right here, Jaw, I swear to God, if you don't give this game a... Oh, you're doing it again. He's running it back.
Dude, look at how...
Holy shit, this is... Oh,
Area not available.
Further than ever before.
Oh, he hit the wall.
You I won. I win. You won. I win.
Oh, he killed him.
Sunk it.
Sunk it. Let's go. Dude, that game was not great, Chad. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Assassin's Creed, not a great game. Kind of sucks, not good. And all they do is blame it. What do they call it? Blaming it on the jugs? Is that what they say? How do you say it? On the jugs, I think? Yeah. Chat, did anyone actually buy Assassin's Creed Shadow? I gotta know. Be honest with me. I'm not gonna judge you. I might laugh a little, but I won't judge you. You don't want to see what I spend my money on. Anyways, chat, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.